Hello everybody, and you can see I've got my glasses on, you can see the screen, so I'm gonna lean forward this way just a little bit, all up in your face is what. This is Corey, guys. So I finally put the last episode of 2013 of the Evill Teddy Bear podcast up. It's been an interesting year, I feel. It's been definitely an interesting year for the podcast. We've had a lot of guests, we've had a lot of fun, we've had, a couple things happen. But now it's time for me to take a break. I need a break, guys. I mean, as much as I love doing a podcast and whatnot, I don't want to have to think, like, right now, it's like, who's going to be on the show next week? Who could I get? So yeah, it's been crazy. I need the break because, well, first off, I'm moving. I'm moving out of my parents' place, yay! But I need to find a job still. That has not been a great thing at all for me because it's apparently it's definitely around this time of year where you have a hard time trying to find a job. And most of the places I've heard, have talked to or whatever, they've said that basically they don't look at people's apps until after the holidays or something. So hopefully they're looking at it next week. My applications. Hell, I would love to just have somebody look at my application now and be like, hey, you can come work here, believe me. But life doesn't work that way, apparently. So, but yeah, I'm moving out of my parents' house. They're moving to South Carolina, and I don't want to move to South Carolina. I would rather stay here in Atlanta because I've got too much going on here, and I just feel like I'm way too old to try to start over big time, unless it's something big. But yeah, it's been an interesting year. I've had my computer stolen twice. Still haven't replaced it yet. I'm still using this computer, which one of the things why I need to find a job quickly now is because I'm not going to be able to do the show without a computer, first off. Second off, I want to kind of upgrade my microphone from Blue to something a little bit better. I'm using a Blue microphone right now. You guys can't see it, but it's good. It's good to use, but sometimes you want to sound a lot clearer than you should. And actually, the quality on here is not too bad. Not really. On top of that, I kind of want to have a setup where people can come over to my place and record if they wanted to, So it's one of those things where it's just like I kind of wish that I I want it to be professional, Anyway, and on top of that, I haven't really had the time to record. Thomas hasn't been on the show as much as I would like or whatever, because of mostly me going back and forth big time and not being able to get around as much as I would like to. So definitely my goal for 2014 is to get a car, learn how to drive. But yeah, and maybe lose some weight, just a little bit, come on. I mean, I know you guys like me and all, but, I gotta stay healthy. I gotta stay around, guys. Gotta stay around. But yeah. Anyway, I definitely have a list of people I would like to thank. A list of people, shows, advertisers. So this may take a minute. I'm sorry. I know, but I gotta be gracious. Unless I just pretty much start from the top. First off, Kathy Hopkins for being my last guest for 2013. I go check out that episode right now. It's up right now on Evill Ted podcast.blogspot.com. That's another thing we're gonna change, by the way. At least we're gonna try to. Charlie Miller of the Random Variety Show. Thank you for being on, big time. Tom Jackson, Eric Schumacher, Michael Nixon, Diana DeKilo, both from Geek Crash Course. Eric Schumacher, by the way, is an actor, producer, director. Adam Barker from Oddcast Podcast and It's Not Soccer. My friends Jenzilla and Kiku, both been great. Kiku is pretty awesome. I actually got to meet him this year, which was awesome. Jinzilla's always been there. It's like literally the most chilled couple I've ever met. Believe me. And Jinzilla, like I said, has been on the show quite a few times now, and I'm pretty sure she'll be on the show quite a few times more. So at some point, I'm just gonna start doing a podcast with her. I am. I warned her, if she's next time she comes on the show, it's just gonna be a whole series of me and her chatting it up, or chatting it up at least once a month or something, because it'd be interesting. Josh Steen from Just Us Geeks podcast. He was actually the first one to hop onto Evill Ted on who said he would do it. So him and Eric Schumacher both just hopped at the chance to both be on the show. So thank you, both of you, for being on Evill Ted on Who. Tim Showers, who I also met through Jinzilla the last time she was in Georgia. I met him. He's just like one of the major geekiest people I've ever met, and I love it. Also, he's a very good artist. If you guys haven't checked out any of his work, go check it out now. Just type in Tim Showers in Google or something. Larry Johnson from Cineprov. He was actually my first interview that I did face-to-face without Thomas. And it was interesting. We both got to talk about MST3K and why Larry does the riffing and how MST3K inspired him. Happy Turkey Day, my friend. I know you're going to be watching that 24-hour Turkey Day stream that Joel is doing tomorrow. Or, it might start right now. I'm not sure. I might go check it out right now if it's on. Let's see. Stephanie Erb, actress, fellow Whovian, I feel. Because she is awesome. She was also in True Blood, and she's done like a lot of awesome stuff. Like she did some TNG episodes, which was awesome. That's old school, guys. TNG. I know, right? Let's see. Nicole Emmons from Super Knocked Up, and hey, Cupcake Girl. Thank you, Nicole. You've been a very awesome guest. You've been a very awesome person to chat with, believe me. And I'm pretty sure I won't stop talking to you. America Young. Actress, stunt woman, ninja. Check out her Connoisseurs Must Die movie that's coming out pretty soon, I think. As soon as she's done. I know they have a website, so go check that out. And follow them on Twitter. Let's see. Kristen Nadopak of the Geeky Awards. The Geeky Awards. Biggest geek award show I feel was this year, the Geeky Awards. And they gave Stan Lee a Lifetime Achievement Award. Who wouldn't give Stan Lee a Lifetime Achievement Award? I'd give it, like hell, I'd give him my camera right now if it was a Lifetime Achievement Award. But not right now, because I like this camera. But also, if you guys haven't checked out any of her Skyrim parodies that she's put up online, it's pretty funny. Go check them out. Of course, my mom, Tasha Tony, she's also been on the show, and I've had to beg her to come on the show a couple times now, and I finally scored her. Big score. Let's see, Taffeta Darling from the Dames of the Round Table. And she's also model, cosplayer. She's actually pulls off a pretty good Velma, and a pretty good Zatanna. I want to say Zartana, but Zatanna. So yeah, Paul Terry, fellow agent of Geek from Big Kids Playground. Let's see, Jason Ginger and the Angry Oz from 7 Days of Geek and Podcasting 101. Let's see, Josh Rambo from Little Punch Drunk. He's my fellow podcaster within the trenches. He knows how I feel. I've called in his show a couple of times, and I've enjoyed the conversations that I've had with him. Demetrius Murray from Flipping Tables Over. If you guys haven't checked out his show / his podcast, go check it out. Both on YouTube. I'm hoping that at some point he'll figure out how to get on iTunes, because I think some of his episodes should be on iTunes. Let's see. Jeff Burns from Super Knocked Up, creator of Super Knocked Up. Libby Marie from Two Funny Girls, and she's from Super Knocked Up too. Steve Irdley, I keep fucking up your last name, I'm sorry. Billy Cutmore from It's Not Soccer. Both Billy and Adam, that's kind of how I got on the Podcast Network a bit there. And through both Adam and Billy, I did their show It's Not Soccer. Let's see, Ethan Dentonmeyer from Combat Radio. He's been a very big supporter of this show. He's gotten me guests on his show. He's definitely supports this show big time, and I owe him a big debt. No matter how he feels about it, I owe him a big debt. Ithaca from XXP Games. She's my Lord of the Rings partner. I feel like she's like my. It's funny because it's like she talks about it. She talked about it in the episode, and she's like, if you're my friend and you're coming over or whatever for the first time, the first thing we're gonna do is watch Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, okay, well, that'll probably be the first thing I would want to watch is Lord of the Rings. So now she's probably got to put The Hobbit up there, then Lord of the Rings. So she'll probably make you watch all the extended versions of those films. Rachel Berkey, she's a writer for Hello Giggles and blogger and does all sorts of awesome, cool stuff. And you know what? She's a very good person to talk to about books, especially when she coming to recommending books, believe me. So when it comes to like Audible or something like that, or I have Audible as an advertiser, I'll probably hit her up a couple times, be like, do you have any books or something, any audio books that you think are audiobooks that you would recommend to other people? So Mick from BUI Podcast. He's also been a very big supporter of the podcast, big time. If you guys haven't checked out any of his music, go check it out. His music's actually pretty free. I'm pretty sure he has some stuff out there that he puts up there for sale, but it's actually some pretty. He's a very good rapper, guys. Believe me. But also check out his podcast, BUI Podcast, blogging under the influence. Who wouldn't want to blog under the influence? I did his show once, but then he had something happened to the episode. So I've been there, buddy. Irv from Dixon Cider Show. I've been on there twice. I love those guys, big time. They're just a couple of guys. They're all just a bunch of guys and a chick who just talk dirty all the time. It's pretty funny. They get really down and dirty when it comes to certain conversations. Believe me. Don't ask them about the furry thing, by the way. Gregory Hall from the Greg and Jen Show and the Geek Supremacy Project. Go check out his shows. He's actually doing some pretty good stuff, and he's a pretty snazzy dresser, I feel. Zach Hoffman, actor, who's also the original voice of Zartan. He's done a lot of other stuff, but you know what? G.I. Joe fans love this dude, believe me. And he was very interesting. Hearing him, both Ethan and Zach talk, hearing them both talk on the same episode was madness, big time, because it was just one of those things where it's just like, holy crap, I can't believe I have these two people who've literally been in the Hollywood trenches, have talked to these people. They have stories about other people's stories on there that were pretty awesome. They were just wonderful. I definitely gotta have Mr. Hoffman back on. Let's see. Christopher Downey, Brett Murray, Victoria Ray, all my Chasing Greedo people. Thank you for doing it, even when you didn't really want to, And I know the podcast kind of veered out a little bit or whatever, but still, maybe someday we'll pick it back up. Maybe not. I don't know. But if we do, I'd be happy to do it again. Believe me. Jerry Davis, thank you, bud, for doing the review of during the superhero movie review month. That was pretty awesome. We talked Ninja Turtles, guys. Yeah. Let's see. Mindy Robinson, actress. She was awesome to talk to on the Celebrity Cluster of Madness episodes. And I feel like if I had the time, if she had some more time, I'd be all up in her podcasting grill, big time, because she's really awesome to talk to. If you guys haven't checked out any of her movies, she's like she's like one of the chicks that is like does pretty cool horror movies. I feel, even though some of them do look a little, sound cheesy, but I mean, still, she's a pretty good actress, and she's like she's definitely one of the hardest actresses I know out there. And it's actually funny. I wrote a guy named Lewis. Guy named Lewis. Lewis. I don't know if it's his real name or not. But he does a show called My Roommate and she was one of the roommates. And her episode's called My Roommate the Porn Star. So she played a porn star, and it was actually pretty funny. They did a Super Mario porn, which was funny. Let's see, moving on. Steve Severs, who's been awesome. Creator of Super Pirate Booty Hunt. That's right. And no, it's not a porno, guys. Believe me. I looked. I looked for the porno version of it. It's not there. I had to make sure. No, it's a very cool animated show that's, they have a bunch of episodes on YouTube and on their website. And, Steve is also always liked some of my stuff on Facebook and retweeted and when it comes to the show and stuff. So he's been pretty good. He's been a pretty good guest and a pretty good, helpful person. He's came back on the show after the Celebrity Cluster of Madness episode. So, hey, let's see. Loda Hadley, she's Ethan's wife. I know she definitely had something going on with her a bit this year, and thank God she's okay. I'm very grateful to actually talk to her big time because I got some dirt on Ethan. Yeah, no. Jay Tavares, actor, guys. Rigo Garcia, Rick Mora, Ashley Palmer, Gary Casper, all these guys, all of them have been on the Celebrity Cluster of Madness episodes. Misty Dawn is one of the people I didn't think I would ever get on the show because it's one of those things where it's like I saw her definitely as a celebrity, and it's just like, whoa, you're really out there. I don't know if I can get you. I'm gonna take these off. No, I need to because I need to read. And it's just like I'm very grateful that I got to talk to her and got to know her. She's actually a pretty down to earth chick when it comes to talking about video games and all the nerd geeky stuff or whatever. And she does a little modeling here and there, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend I don't know what her former profession was, but still, Michael Humphrey, my friend Michael Humphrey, comedian. If you guys haven't checked him out, he usually does a lot of stand-up here in Atlanta. He's a pretty funny dude, believe me. He has me laughing hard half the time. Alexa Kari, cosplayer, model. Cynthia Porcino. Sorry, Cynthia, if I fucked up your last name. Stephanie from Dixon Cider Show, guys. And she's been on a show. She's been on a show once or twice or whatever. I've talked to her a couple times or whatever. She's just a real cool chick to talk to, and she's a Whovian. She's a big time Whovian. No. I just scared the shit out of you just now. I'm sorry. My friend Brooke Marshall, who's over in Malawi right now, doing some good for the Peace Corps. So, yeah, and it's pretty. She was pretty down to earth to talk to. I met her. It was funny. I met her on the train. No, at the train station. She was. She came up to me and asked me if I was writing poetry or something, and I was like, no, I'm actually writing questions for a podcast. And so we kind of hooked up through podcasting, and it was just like, whoa. Let's see, Ashley Orion, adult actress Ashley Orion. I didn't think I'd get her. I was surprised to get her. Of course, we had, there's a bit of issues trying to get her on because she has some things happen with her passport or something. I don't know. Let's see, Jordan Gibson and Mark Palooza from Super Knocked Up, both actors and actresses. I'm gonna say Mark is the actress. No, I'm kidding, Mark. And they're probably pretty awesome to talk to. I haven't had them back on the show yet, but I would love to have them both back on. Alana Pierce, I need to have her back on. Video game reviewer, radio host, TV presenter. She seems like a busy girl all the time. Plus she's all the way in Australia, so Tyson Saner, my friend Tyson Saner, music master, I call him. He's literally the guy to go to if you wanna get some like really old public domain free movies or something recommended, or just some old movies recommendations, especially music. Talk to him about music for hours. I have, big time. And hopefully we'll get this song off the ground soon that we're trying to do. Let's see. My friend Tyler Jones, he's been on the show a couple times. He was on the New Year's Eve show. And he's been on the show, since then, kind of back and forth. He's like the third member of the show that's not really here all the time. So, and, three people that I've had on the show, but I lost your recordings because my stuff got stolen. I'm sorry. Allie Olsen, Allie Olsen, and Victor Solois, Victor, both from, Generic Girl, not about saying Generic Geek Girl, although that'd be awesome. You and Super Knocked Up get together and do the whole geeked up thing, and then it'd be like a crossover episode. Then you call it Generic Super Geek Girl. But no, their show is Generic Girl, The Adventures of Generic Girl and Captain Awesome. Go check that out. I loved all those episodes, big time. I'm waiting for season 2, guys, believe me. And DJ James Franco has been very awesome. He's been very gracious about me kind of plugging my stuff on his show when it comes to Soul Sundays. He was on an episode of Chasing Greedo, the Star Wars episode that we did. That was pretty awesome. And he's just a big nice guy, big time. James Franco is a guy that if I saw him, I'd probably give him a hug. Just big time. And then I'd probably smoke weed with him. But yeah, those have been kind of all the people who have been on the show, big time. I'm very grateful that they've been on the show. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I just kind of went back through the names. And of course, we got friends of the shows. And now I'm not sure. These are some of the shows and places that I've been on, or people have written articles and stuff about me. The Breaks, of course, DJ James Franco show. That's on Smodcast, guys. Dick's Insider Show, like I said, I've been on that show. Pod Gods Network. 7 Days a Geek, also Pod Gods Network. Combat Radio. They've, like I said, helped out big time with the Evill Teddy Bear podcast, and vice versa and stuff. So they're forever friends. Succotash Comedy Podcast, which is a podcast I'm surprised I got on because they played a clip of my show on there. Thanks to Mr. Tyson Saner, who submits clips and stuff. Podcasting 101 is also on Podcasts Network. Thank you for having me on there, Jason. Let's see. Old Enough to Know Better is a podcast I was a guest on recently, which is awesome. For the Love of Smod, I still feel like I am a little bit unofficially part of the team on there. I do like the whole Smod family over there. I hope me and Chris get to work together again at some point in the near future. The Geeky Awards, for having the Evill Teddy Bear advertise on their website, and vice versa. Believe me, we are Geeky Awards, just all on the podcast, believe me. MomoCon for letting us advertise with them. The Pod Gods Network, of course, big time. The Unheard Nerd, for just still being supportive. Even, he's pretty much the first guy to write an article about us, and that was like last year, and that was awesome. Bibliomatics, for big time, because Cass Rose is awesome, and she's been on the show once, and she's always a good person to go to for recommendation. This is a website to go to for good book reviews, believe me. Connoisseurs Must Die, of course, is America Young's movie that she's making right now. XXP Games, it's nothing but chicks on that gaming website, believe me, nothing but chicks, and it's not what you think. It's chicks that are doing game reviews, which is pretty awesome, and just everything. Of course, I support them, girl power. Let's see, Legacy Radio for having me on their show. I enjoyed the hour that we did on there, believe me, even though at some point it got really weird. I feel. And of course, the Big Kids Playground for letting me get introduced to Paul. And thank you for coming on the show again, Paul. And of course, our advertisers that we have on the website. Of course, I'm going to plug it again. EvillTedPodcast.blogspot.com. Our advertisers / affiliates. RiffTracks.com. Blaze Videos Inc. CharityUSA.com. Cheapo Air. Kid Robot Inc. Untuckit.com. Spencer's Online. Let's see. Let's see. iTunes, Amazon, Vimeo, Inked Mag / Inked Girls, and USA Today. So that's everybody. That's everybody. That's all of 2013, and it's been crazy. I'm hoping that we've definitely get a little more advertisers. We want to try to, give the show a little bit of a little bit of an upgrade a bit, So if you guys are gracious enough, go click on any of those ads that we have on there right now, because I'd be forever grateful. Also, we have a donate button. So if you click that donate button, you'd be helping us out a lot, big time. Even if it's just like $5, I mean, hell, I can take $5, believe me. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's 2013's over for me, pretty much. I'm hoping to get my stuff together with life. I'm hoping that I'm able to get more guests next year. I have a list of people I want to get. And yeah, I don't know. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Except this has been Corey Epps. Keep on watching movies, guys.